Hey y'all, welcome to DPTV's One Move with your host, Ciarra Hodges. Today we'll be behind the scenes with the choreographer who really believes that dance is the hidden language of the soul, LaMonte Ponders. He's been featured on Phases of Love, and his choreography was most recently featured in the Woodruff Art Center's Lift. And he danced for Kelly Rowland. So let me stop talking. You guys check it out. Thank you so much for coming out and giving us a little bit of your time. I know you're very, very busy, but ladies and gentlemen, in the dance studio today, we have LaMonte Ponders. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is LaMonte?
Well, my name is LaMonte Ponders. Everyone pretty much calls me Monte, a lot of my friends. And I'm basically just, a guy who loves to dance, I was born in Valdosta, Georgia, but I grew up here in Atlanta on the east side in Decatur, Georgia. I went to Reading High School, went to college at UGA, grew up in the church background, and that's really kind of where I started my dancing, I didn't realize that it was something that I loved to do until I got out on my own. You know how like your parents make you do stuff when you're growing up, or at family reunions, y'all dance, y'all do stuff. It was like mandatory.
Yeah.
But I think it took for me to go to college and, start being in school, being around other people, and I realized how much I love doing it. That's when I started choreographing when I went to college. And I think it took for me to even just be in school, to study different subjects, to know that I wanted to dance. I studied medicine, biology, psychology. I took all the classes that you could possibly take, but I was being in class thinking about A counts the whole time. So, college did it for me. I think being in college and having to determine what I was going to do with my life made me decide, and I knew that dancing was what I wanted to do, and I've been doing it ever since I graduated. I did graduate. Degree in English, but now it's just what I do. I dance. I live my passion.
All right, well, so I guess it's safe to say that college was the point in your life where you decided to make choreography and performance a profession?
Yeah, definitely. In college, I took time away from school. I took one semester away from school. I was blessed enough to be casted on MTV's Road Rules. It was like season 14. So I was away from school doing that, having fun. And before that, I was pre-med. I was biology, psychology, pre-med, like all 3 years. No joke. Organic, you don't want it. And when I was away from school, when it was time for me to come back, I was dreading class. All of my classes, I was dreading it. And I was like, if I'm dreading going back to take these classes that are teaching me what I'm going to do in my career, chances are I'm going to hate my career. So I knew I had to make a decision then. And that's when I decided that I was going to basically live for what I love. I changed my major to English. Reading and writing has been my first passion since I was younger. My mom used to make me and my sister write and read all the time, so I was good at it. But when I came to college, I just thought I was going to do something different. I went back to my roots, I started studying English. School became a breeze, And by the time I graduated, I said, I'm gonna dance. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm young. If I'm gonna do anything else, I need to do this now while I got youth and energy and tenacity in my system, So, and things have been so blessed since I've decided to do that, I think sometimes you have to step out on faith and just go for yours. And now I'm being featured in choreographer showcases. I teach at studios all over Atlanta. My youngest students are like 4-year-old babies. My oldest students are their grandmothers. I teach everyone. And there's not a point in it, where I'm not loving it. So, I'm in my purpose.
We got the whole world flexing now. So watch me work. Just put your hands on my head. We in it. So watch me work. It's your boy, Mr. Rogers.
Okay, so knowing that you've been very active in dance in Atlanta, what or who I should say, did you work with that was your favorite collaboration?
Hands down, it would have to be a young man. We're the same age. He's actually my best friend. His name is Lyric London. He's also a very well-known choreographer here in Atlanta. I met Lyric doing the Bonner Brothers hair show, and he was a dancer when I met him. When he came onto the, I was choreographing with some other colleagues of mine, and that's when me and Lyric met. When I met him, he had moved down here with friends from Tennessee. He didn't know anyone here, like barely was almost homeless, you know, but he was here and he was grinding to dance, and I was in school about to graduate. So when I met this dude and I saw what he was doing, you know, like it kind of changed my perspective on life. I was just like, this man can be here. He doesn't know anyone in Atlanta. Sometimes not even eating because he's just grinding. Then surely I can just make the decision to just dance. You know, I've been to school, I've been blessed to get an education. Why not do what I love?
Well, I would definitely say that I would rather struggle doing something I love than to be making millions doing something that just is routine. I can definitely say that, definitely. Recently, you were featured in Lift at the Woodruff Arts Center. So can you just tell us a little bit about that? How was that for you?
Oh man, Lift was such a joy for me. And let me give you just a little bit of history. The first year I was affiliated with Lift, I danced in it. I was a dancer, and I danced in a choreographer. His name is Quincy Lamar. He teaches a guy to dance. He's well known, very, very popular. And I was in his piece, and I did it because I knew I needed to be doing things like that, dancing in showcases, networking, because in whatever career you're in, if you don't know anyone, then chances are you're not going to get very far. It's all about who you know. Don't be a fool. You can be dope out of this world, but if no one knows it but you can't succeed, you know? So I did that, and through meeting other dancers and choreographers, it's led to many other opportunities, including me being featured as a choreographer this year, you know? By dancing in that, people saw me and they said, oh, look at this dude, he's talented, he's a good dancer. They start watching me more. They start watching my classes. The guy who runs Lift, his name is Daryl Foster, him and Terry Slade. They start watching me and it was like, we want you to be in the show next year. And I was like, okay, sure, you know? And like the rest is history, you know? From doing Lift, I got networked with another choreographer named Terrence Polite, who is a choreographer for Kelly Rowland, which led to another opportunity. You know, I ended up dancing for her overseas in Moscow and Slovakia. And that was just based off of networking, just dancing, you know? So, I mean, if you can put all of your energy into what you're doing, I feel like it's gonna put energy back into you. You get what you get, you know? So if you're giving nothing, you're not gonna get nothing in return, you know? So that's why I pretty much dedicate 110% to my career. I still work. I'm a server. I serve at Carrabba's on the weekends, during the week. But at night, you know, I'm in the studio. I'm right here, you know?
That's what's up. Well, you mentioned that you were working with Miss Kelly Rowland now. Was she on tour when you were working with her?
Well, Kelly, she was actually doing spot gigs, and basically spot gigs are when you get, it's like anytime anyone wants to have her perform at whatever, whether it's an award show, whether it's like a birthday party, it can be anything, but of course, they gotta be able to afford her. So when I came in, I think she had just finished some other projects, and she was just looking for a fresh dancer, you know, and Terrence remembered me because he danced in the same piece I danced in Lift last year. And he was like, yo, you got a passport? And I was like, no, why? And he was just like, well, I'm trying to put you on with Kelly. I was like, okay, well, let me get a passport. I want to tell you, I gave up my rent money. Like, I gave it. I didn't even think twice. Like, I called my mom and told her that I was doing it. I didn't ask her. I was like, look, I'm probably going to be a little out of the pockets next month because I need this passport. And, you know, my mom is my biggest supporter. She was like, get the passport. You know, it's a chance in a lifetime. Do it, you know? So to even have people in my corner that are always encouraging me to do what I love, like, I'm blessed, you know? So Kelly was awesome. She's a sweetheart. Like, her work ethic is incredible. She's spiritual. We always pray before we perform. She makes sure that we're treated just as well as she is. And that's rare, because I've heard some horror stories, you know, about people in the industry that don't even respect their dancers, and she does. So for her to be like the first big act that I've done, and to be treated so well, it's kind of set a standard for me, you know. So I just pray that every experience from here on out will be just as blessed as it was working with her, you know.
That's beautiful. I'm really glad you got that opportunity. You all know how you can experience the choreography of LaMonte Ponders. So please tell us where people can come and take a class of yours, or even just to see a show that you're doing.
Okay. Well, once again, my name is LaMonte Ponder. You can look me up on Facebook under LaMonte Ponder. That's LaMonte, accent mark, Ponder, LaMonte Ponder. You can definitely subscribe to my YouTube channel at LRP86. Those are my initials. L as in LaMonte, R as in Rondell, P as in Ponder, 86 as in the year I was born. Look that up. You'll see all of my videos. If you want to take my classes, you can come check me out at Gotta Dance Atlanta Studios. I teach every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. We go hard in every week. So, I mean, if you come, you're going to get your money's worth. Classes are not expensive, and you will leave sweaty and sore, but, you know, it's worth it, you know. So check me out, you know, LaMonte Ponder, LRP86. If you want to tweet me, I'm on Twitter at ponderthewonder.com. Not .com, but just at ponderthewonder. Yeah. I'm new to Twitter, so you gotta excuse if I don't have the lingo right. At ponderthewonder. So that's me, you know. Check me out, you know. I'm here.
All right. Thank you so very much for tuning in to One Move, and we want to thank you again, Mr. Ponder, for coming out to talk to us. We know you're a busy man, so make sure you keep up with LaMonte. He's very busy. He's going to be on TV.
Yes.
You know, he's going to be on radio stations.
Yes.
He's going to be everywhere.
I'll be everywhere.
Right.
Shout out to my noble brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Yo. Got a shout out to the brothers.
All right, so thank you again for tuning in. Make sure you stop by again next Monday for a new episode of One Move, and you're watching DP TV. Thank you. Thank you again so much for tuning in to One Move with your host, Ciarra Hodges. You are watching DP TV. Tune in next Monday for your new episode of One Move. Thank you.